To give you an idea, kind of our perspective here at Trinity, we came into a business that had, basically 3 different systems. They had their paper system, their Excel spreadsheets, and their ERP. And we were able, within 2 weeks, to get rid of all the paper system. We focused on transitioning all the Excel spreadsheets into data systems from our ERP. And then we started looking at how we leverage technology to start identifying problems so we could spend more time on problem solving. And that's really where Machine Metrics came into play. They've been a great partner for us. I think there's 3 areas that Machine Metrics has really brought some value for us. The first I'd say is quantification. And I'll give you an example that we had in the last 12 months. We were able to take some downtime that we were starting to see in regards to first part buy, something that we all intuitively understand costs us money, especially when we have complex parts that are sitting across the CMM and we're waiting to be able to validate that before we continue moving forward. It's very different to have the conversation going into production and quality and saying, hey, we've got to go solve this problem. We all know that we've got downtime, versus saying, hey, we just had 32 hours of downtime over the last week. That 32 hours cost us X number of dollars off the machine work center, and that's X thousands of dollars that we had on this one instance. And that one instance is translated across the shop. We can see it because we're capturing that information for all of our work centers. And so therefore, it becomes easier, especially as, from a management team, to go justify the equipment investment that we need to make. But it also starts putting into the thought process of the individuals that are running the machines and running the CMMs to say, hey, that's real money that we are costing ourselves that we can put back to the company. And again, going back to wages, benefits, bonuses, that type of thing, where, company culture is leading them that direction. So the quantification, I think, is incredibly important. The second thing I'd say is validation. So Machine Metrics does a great job with understanding what your performance is for different processes or approaches in manufacturing. So for example, intuitively, again, we all know palletized systems that are being fed off of an MMC are significantly better than standalone machines. Well, when you really start seeing the numbers and your utilization coming out in Machine Metrics, it makes you not want to buy a single spindle again. It makes you want to continue to move forward with that manufacturing process of palletized type equipment. So it validates your approach from a manufacturing standpoint. And we're starting to see that in some of the robotic approaches that we are, in terms of our utilization, that we're getting off the machines that we're putting like the URs or the robots in front of. The third thing that I would say is problem identification. Because I mentioned before, it helps give you eyes on the shop floor, especially when you're doing that categorization for your downtime, where, kind of the traditional method when I first started of being able to identify problems is you do a gimbal walk, you'd walk the floor, you kind of talk to everybody. Well, it's really hard to hide from the data when the data smacks you in the face and says, you know what, this is our number one problem. And everybody, our operators are the ones putting it in there. Let's go focus on that. And it also takes away the finger pointing of, no, that's not really an issue. No, that's not a problem. We all now can rally around what is our number one issue. And I love that about it because it gets us focused back on the process and the facts and the data of the situation.